Hey everyone, welcome to the call. Welcome, all attendees that are coming on. Petra, Teresa, Cheryl, Carolyn Johnson, Barbara Winfield, Amy Jo Davies, Lord Windroth.
This meeting is being recorded.
I got a little background noise. Kathy, Karen, Judy, Laura, Lindsay, Marie, good to see you. Patricia, Robert. Oh, Jonas, it's rolling in, man. Everybody's talking on finishing up that freshman class today.
Freshman class. We hit 30 days as of yesterday.
Woo, man.
Stop, drop, and roll as of today.
Stop, drop, and go get you a salad because you got 3 more days of that eating, Jonas. Can't stop here. 3 more days of the eating.
3 more days. So JT, if you want to open it up, I know Eric, one of our guests, he's got about 15 minutes, so we want to get to him.
Absolutely. Guys, tonight we're going to go through the freshman class just finished, so congratulations to all you guys. You have 3 more days of eating like the protocol. Then you'll go into the maintenance phase, which Jonas is going to talk to you. Some of you are just jumping on here for the first time that have never done this. So congratulations, welcome. We're excited to have you. Some of you are 2 weeks in. I talked to a couple of my friends today. Kim is down 12 pounds. Jorge is down 18 pounds in 2 weeks. They just hit their 14-day mark. So congratulations to them. And we got a couple of brand new people that are here with us today. You're going to hear from Eric in just a second. 40 in 30. I'm going to say that again, 40 in 30. So Eric, we've been showing your Calvin Klein modeling underwear to everybody around the world. Just want to let you know you're out there. It's out. And Katie, I don't know where you finished, but we'll hear about that in just a second. So Eric, I'd love for you to come on and just share with us tonight real quick. And I know you have to jump back into a business meeting. Your schedule's really hectic, but I appreciate you taking time. What did this system do for you? What did you see with this? What were some of the changes, maybe an aha moment or two that you got? And for somebody that's plugging in, what would you recommend to them? Conversation you may have with them. Share with us real quick out of Austin, Texas.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for having me tonight. I don't know really where to start on, Kevin Putnam, who's on here, and I've been friends for a while, and I was watching Kevin's transformation on Facebook, and I have, I don't know, I think I was trying to figure it out today. I was talking to my wife and saying that I think this is the lightest I've been since 2005, when I now have 5 children, by the way, and I had 1 child at that time. So let's just start with that. So, but yeah, that's 40 pounds in 30 days. I have tried Ideal Protein. I was a Division I hockey player and a semi-pro hockey player for roller hockey. So I was pretty active, was an actor in LA, and had done every crazy diet in the world. Got into the working world as a developer and put on those dad pounds and the stress of life, and tried everything I could to lose it. And I would, fluctuate anywhere from 5 to 7, 8 pounds, depending on how much I wanted to starve myself or what master cleanse diet I was on that week. And I don't know. I can't say enough about the last 30 days have just given me back my life. It's life-changing. I keep saying that to Kevin, and I tell other people about that. And, I think Kevin and JT and I were talking the other day, and he made something, he said 10% of your year is all that you had to dedicate. I was like, wow, you're right. 30 days, 365 days, 10% of your year to probably add unbelievable amounts of years onto my life. And I'm sure the rest of you are going to feel it, but I had a goal in mind. I'm going to turn 50 this summer, July 23rd. And I had a goal in mind that I wanted to be my 25-year-old weight when I turned 50 years old. Problem is I had no idea how I was going to get there. And if you guys are all good at math, that's about a month and a half away. So had I not paid attention to Kevin and watched him on Facebook, there was no way I was getting to 195 pounds in 2 months. But now I'm 8 pounds away from my goal. And that's just incredible. So I don't know. I had my labs done. I told Kevin this. I had my labs done earlier in the year, and it was a little bit pre-diabetic and some things that I was pretty scared about. My dad just had triple bypass surgery. He's diabetic. He's got early on Alzheimer's, and I've got a 2-year-old baby. And I was like, wow, how do I how do I make sure that I'm alive and not go through the things that he's going through right now? And yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to get those labs done next week, but I can tell you they're going to be a lot different than when I started. A lot different than when I started. So it's I don't know what else to say. It's given me a new lease on life. 4 of my children have never seen me at this weight, and one of them was only 2 years old, so I know he doesn't remember it. But my kids are looking at me like, holy mackerel, Dad, you look like a different person.
Yeah.
And my wife, she's not on here, but she's down almost 25 pounds. So we did it together, which was really inspirational, easier to do. Obviously, having a buddy that was your soulmate next to you, going through it at the same time. And Kevin has been great about texting us and keeping us up to date. But I don't know if that's what you wanted to hear, JT, or not. But yeah, I just started I build medical office buildings for a living, and I just built a big 240,000 square foot sports center. And I just did a video today about a NHL combine that's going to come to our facility. And I was so excited to be on that video and actually look like myself and be able to represent sports wellness and entertainment as a healthy human being. Because I look at all the interviews that I did prior to this, and I'm going, okay, who's the fat guy that's telling people that they need to come to a sports center and be healthier? So thank you for that. You just you made my video day a lot more exciting to look back at myself and not be embarrassed at what I saw. So thank you, guys.
Eric, we're going to let you run, brother. I want to say it has been an honor. I definitely feel you on that. For 4 years, I've been telling people to get healthy, and I look like the not picture of health. So it feels really good, that aha moment. So thank you for being on, brother. Have a great dinner. We appreciate you dropping in.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Keep it up. It's going to work. Follow the program. It works. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Miss Katie, one of my dear friends for many years now. Katie said, JT, I just want to get that 180 system. If your fat arse can lose some weight, there's hope for me. So thanks, Katie. I appreciate it. You really know how to build me up. We got to unmute you, so hit your unmute button there for us if you don't mind. Katie is about to send one off to college. Got 2 daughters, 2 beautiful daughters. Another one that's a junior. And Mama said 2020 got the best of her. So this is not just losing weight for Katie. This is also a business. And she's put about 12 affiliates in the company so far. So congratulations to Katie. Katie, come online, share with us where did we end, and what is your excitement wrapped around it? I know you're using a lot of the other products. You're seeing how everything works together, but talk to us about 180 tonight, and what has this meant in your life?
Okay, JT, thanks for having me on. Yeah, so I'm down 14.2 pounds. And I was hoping to lose more, but what was more exciting, oh yes, I love that you're showing this. What was more exciting for me was the inches. I lost, you can't necessarily tell in the picture, but I lost
we can tell.
3 inches in the waist, 2 inches in the chest, I think 1.5 inches or 2 inches in the hips. So just overall, right? Like I was able to wear pants that I wasn't wearing before and just feel more comfortable overall. And everybody talks about the weight loss and what a great, thing that is, because that's what we're all on the 180 for. But I want to talk about some of the things I also gained out of it. And I gained a lot of energy. I'm going to be 50 in August. I'm, like the last guy was saying, I'm at some goals, trying to like, lose weight and feel better. And I'm thinking I'm hitting menopause and nothing is working, but turns out that wasn't the case. I was just fat and lazy from 2020, basically. And since then, I have gained so much energy. I feel great. I feel like I have a passion again to just be active and, do things. And I have a kid going off to college. I need to stay on top of things, and one that's still in high school. And so the other thing that I was thrilled about with this is I'm a hairstylist. So I have terrible tennis elbow, like painful, constantly like rubbing my tricep and, trying to get the pain out, and just waking up in the middle of the night and in tears, just wanting to cut my arm off, thinking I'm not gonna be able to do hair, as long as I'd like to. So, being on the 180, I have lost all the inflammation and the toxins, I guess, that flushed out of me. Like after a week, I had no pain, and I had not had no pain for probably a year. And the only thing I can attest for is the 180, and doing the cleanse and getting all those toxins out of my system. Haven't had pain since. Still doing the same thing, still working, still cutting hairs. Nothing else has changed except for the 180. And so that was thrilling for me. And in all this, because I like to think I have a servant's heart, right? Like that's why I do hair, is to try to make people feel good about themselves. And so I found, as I was on this program, that it kind of fueled my passion for what I love to do anyway, and make people feel good about themselves and make them feel good health wise and just overall. So it has just been a life-changing thing for me as well. I'm all aboard and like wanting everybody to have the same results that I am, whether it's dropping a few pounds or dropping a bunch of pounds, but more than anything, just kind of getting your life back and having that energy and passion to find, what God has in store for you, more than just existing, basically, right? 2020 just kind of had me existing because I couldn't work for 7 weeks. So, anyway, along came JT, and the rest is history.
Jonas, go back to those pictures real quick, because
Oh Lordy.
I want Katie to really look at this. I want you to look at who you were, and I want you to look at who you are today. I want you to look at inflammation in the face, and
Yeah.
I want you to look at your arms, your just the overall joy that's there. You're totally, you make people walk away from a chair feeling great about a haircut, a hairstyle. And a lot of times we serve other people so much we don't take care of ourselves. And you've stopped and said, you know what, I've got to get me on point. And I commend you for that. I know Todd's on here, and I can't wait to see Todd's before and afters. So
Yeah.
Coach, we need to see those before and afters. All right, we need to see that, because I've heard some great things about what you've done. But it's exciting because you are doing it. Katie's the perfect person for the gateway conversation, because she got in at 180, and the next thing you know, she's like, tell me about Calm. Can you tell me about that? Because I need to know what's going on with that. What is this focus that you talk about? Could you please tell me about the nitric oxide, this core? I need to know what's going on with this. So when you talk about a gateway product into our brand, 180 is the greatest gateway. And Katie was the perfect example of this, of somebody that said, I'm reading and I'm seeing more of what your brand's about. So there was a bigger picture wrapped around this. So Katie, you look amazing. I know this is not where you're landing the plane. I know you want to do a lot more. Congratulations on an awesome start. Can't wait for everybody to meet you in San Antonio. So that conference coming up in San Antonio. If you're not registered, you won't meet Katie. So make sure you're there so Katie can high five and give you a hug. And if you're social distancing, she can just wave at you. One or the other. We bring everybody however they come. Jonas, I landed the plane 211. I haven't seen the ability to get down into those sizes in a while. So I was pretty excited. No, Calvin Klein did not give me an underwear sponsorship. I just want everybody to know that.
Are you sure?
And Jonas, out there, they didn't do the older, the more mature individual, but we landed the plane, and I couldn't be more excited. I really couldn't, because for the first time in 20 years, it is good to know that for 6 months now, I've been able to do some things and get back into clothes and get back into shape and feel better and see my blood pressure and see visceral fat and all that. So I'm going to be quiet. Kevin, we're going to bring you up at the end. Jonas has many topics to cover. And then I want you to hear from Kevin Putnam. Kevin has just knocked this thing out of the park. You're living the comp plan because you're putting the work behind it. You know, the one thing, Jonas, before I give this over to you, the one thing I've noticed about this is the 180 reveals who you are in every area of your life. The 180 will reveal where you cheat or where you fall short or where you end up not following through, or you get to a certain point and that pain's there and you don't fight through it. Sometimes we cower to it. We don't just become we just don't pull the S out on our chest and go, I'm going to Superman or Superwoman this through. We actually stop. And the 180 has been great because you can actually coach people on their business based on 180, and then you can coach them in their health on 180, coaching their health, coaching their business. You can show people what the examples are of exactly why this works and why people do very well, and why sometimes we have to break through things. Sometimes we have to let some sugar honey iced tea go. Sometimes there's an emotional component of this, which we do not let go of things and we just hold on. As a matter of fact, Katie, you and I had a few of those conversations. You're like, I let some stuff go. And you know what? I woke up this morning, I was 1.8 pounds down. Okay, I let it go. Here we go. And so all of us have to understand, no matter what we're doing in life, whether we're building a business or whether we're getting our health back on point, sending kids off to school, getting kids ready for the summer, camps, whatever it is, life's always going to be there. It's how we navigate life. I want you to type that in real quick as Jonas gets ready to talk. Navigate your life. I want you to type that in there. Navigate your life. And here's the second one. This is my phrase for the week. This is it. Bury it, don't carry it. Tired of it. Quit carrying it. Bury it, don't carry it. You got to bury some things. We got to let some stuff go. We got to get on the other side of it, because to become who we ultimately want to be, we got to get to the other side. Jonas, it's all yours, man. Take it away.
Thank you, John Taylor. And I think that's really important. I love the bury it, don't carry it. So if y'all just would love to hit in the chat also, what is it that you buried? What was that something that you detoxed? Was it a traumatic experience? Was it a relationship that you let go? Was it just those toxic pounds? Was it 2020? Was it some type of PTSD? Did somebody pass in your life? Maybe a mom, a dad, a relative that, you just didn't you couldn't flush. And that was always kind of holding you back. So there's always something. It's when we talk about weight loss, y'all, it's practical psychology. It's you versus you, like John Taylor just said. It's, can you do this to yourself, or do you let yourself down time and time again? I had a gentleman who called me today. He does all the season tickets for the Spurs, and he goes, Jonas, I've been seeing you do all this, that, and the other, and what is this? I'm seeing a lot of people losing weight. And I go, yeah. And he goes, I'm going to be honest with you. He goes, do I need to stay off of alcohol? I said, absolutely. I said, and I'm just going to be honest with you, man. If you can't stay off of alcohol, this isn't for you. He goes, man, Jonas, I just stayed 60 days off of alcohol. And he goes, you know what? I want to do another 30 days. So I'm going to go to the beach. We got a beach trip next weekend. But after that, stay with me, because I want to do this before 4th of July. So we don't have to sit here and lie to anybody. Don't lie to yourself. If you can't stay away from alcohol, maybe you need to ask for help outside of this protocol. If you can't stay away from certain things, maybe you need to ask for help, and that's fine. We're all here to help you. But if you need more help, this is the time to go get it. If you can't stay away from certain things and something has that real hold on you, let it go. I mean, I'm seeing what everybody's posting right here, just, from different divorces, 4 years of fear, the pandemic, PTSD, shame from what I wasn't letting go, toxic pounds. There's something that always holds us back. And so, me getting into this protocol again, I said, you know what? I don't really have to do this again, but heck with it. Let me load again. And so I just kind of want to show y'all my before and after pictures. Here's what I got to do for the last 30 days.
Woo, sexy. Bringing the heat.
I worked out maybe 3 days a week. I didn't try and crush a workout. But once you start to understand your body and see how it responds, it's really fun, because now you're so connected with yourself again. Get that connection with yourself. because this is what we've been lacking the whole time. This is what people are looking for. We're so connected online on social media, but it's such a superficial connection. This is why 180 is coming. This is why our Facebook community group, so many people are opening up and letting things go. Just let go of what you can't control. Bury it, don't carry it. I love that, John Taylor. Y'all, it's what can we slingshot? What is holding us back? You know, I actually talked to one of your girls today, John Taylor, after you and I spoke, and she's like, well, you know, if I do this, and, you know, she kept talking like that. And I just asked, I said, really, what's stopping you? She just said excuses. And I said, well, when do you think you're going to be done with those? Because I'm done with them now. I said, so when do you want to start? You know, ask yourself. We can always push things off. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. Oh, you know, I'll wait. When is that time? Set that date for yourself to actually start something. And so she says, Jonas, I'm starting tomorrow. I said, good. Go get food today. Go get ready to prep, and you'll start tomorrow. That was the talk we just had. And I think you know who I'm talking about, John Taylor. So we'll see her progress with her mother's progress and everybody else's at the same time. So for everybody that just finished, like Katie, Eric, myself, John Taylor, you know, John Taylor had his choninis on social media. So I'll be posting my pictures tomorrow. I didn't want to steal John Taylor's chonini sunshine.
It's hard to steal those choninis, baby. It's a good one.
So congratulations to everybody. You finished 30 days. We have 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 3 days, no vibe. And then we go into maintenance. So 3 days, no vibe, the exact same protocol as phase 2 eating. Then once Thursday comes, now we can go to that of maintenance, where we can start adding back in fats. You can start adding in the avocados, the oils, the nuts, the fattier meats, just the good healthy fats, whatever it is that you're looking for, because the body wants to get the fats back in. There's an old, you know, diet protocol called eat fat to lose fat. That's where keto really came from. Eat fat to lose fat. So now that your body has been unbroken, and y'all have seen these great before and afters, now that the body can respond better, when we start putting foods in as we go into phase 3, this is the fun part. So I've said this before. Here's my analogy for explaining it. We've just taught your body how to do this. The maintenance is the most important part. And for everybody who's just starting on loading, I'm going to get to y'all here in a bit. We're going to work our way back, but I'll kind of go quick. But this is the most important. Remember, loading is the most fun. So they say. Loading ain't a lot of fun if you're loading correctly. The phase 2 is the most rewarding, because you get on that scale every day. You're seeing those inches drop, you know, on the machines. You're doing, you know, blood work. You're doing so many blood pressures, glucose, you know, readings for the diabetics that are out there. It's really fun to see these numbers change so dramatically. But now that we go into phase 3, I always kind of say our metabolism has been like a rabid dog. Well, we trained the dog. Now we're gonna take the leash off the dog. As we take that leash off, that dog needs to stay right beside us. It needs to know who its master is, just like the metabolism needs to know that we are the master, not the gut. We choose what it is that we're looking for. So in these next 3 weeks, as we go into fat, if your metabolism starts running off, which it probably will, you come back and you do a steak and apple day. So if you ever gain more than 2.1 pounds or above, you do the steak and apple day. If you just gain 2 pounds, don't do it. But if you gain 2.1, we do a steak and apple day. You should probably do a steak and apple day maybe once, maybe twice. Shouldn't be more than 3 times during these next 3 weeks, okay? Because this is where we start eating. And I showed y'all the total daily exercise expenditure calculator, what we want to get up to, your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. Right? You have a metabolism. It takes fuel. So we're going to play with these numbers. And we'll talk again Thursday really about going there. I just want to wrap your mind around what it is we do and why we do it. Because if we can lock in these next 3 weeks, we can go up 2 pounds, down 2 pounds. We don't want to lose more than 2 pounds. We don't want to gain more than 2 pounds. We want to fluctuate right in that 2, plus or minus 2 range right there. So we know that, hey, we locked it in. Again, we set the thermostat. Click, click. Hey, now I am 20 pounds lighter. That's exactly what we want to do for the next 3 weeks. So going back, again, congratulations, everybody. The first group of the freshman class. For those of y'all that are going into week 4, welcome to shrink wrap week. Don't try and do anything more, anything less. Just follow the protocol. It's such our human nature to go, well, if I've done this well, maybe I can do something more. Don't do that. Maybe I should eat a little bit less. Maybe I can go work out harder. Maybe I can go hit the sauna. Don't do that. Do exactly what you've been doing. Consistency multiplied by time will equal your success. Okay, just be consistent. Don't try and do more or less going into week 4. For those of y'all that are going into week 3, congratulations. Excuse me, yeah, going into week 3, congratulations. You just hit the halfway point. At week 2, this is where the body goes, okay, I think I know what you're doing, right? And those that are going from week 3 to week 4, that's when the hypothalamus starts to kick back in. That's when the foods really start to make sense. That's when the body really starts to understand everything. But for those of y'all at finishing week 2, this is where you're finally going, okay, now I'm noticing the jawline. Now I'm noticing the cheekbones. Now I'm noticing the shoulders, the décolleté. Everything's looking a little bit tighter. That's how we want it to look. That's perfect because your body goes, I don't trust you. For all those in week 1, that's hell week, right? So there's some people, I talked to a guy yesterday, he goes, Jonas, I've never had a headache in my life. Hell week isn't anything. I might have cravings. And I said, beautiful. I get every detox symptom in the book: irritability, gut change, headaches, crankiness. Yeah, welcome. Like my body it oozes everything out. So as you're looking at that week 2, this is where the body says, okay, I get what you're trying to do, because we just kicked its butt in week 1. So for those of y'all that are starting, for those of y'all that are just loaded, congratulations. I saw Caroline loading. I saw a lot of people loading, and there's no necessarily a time to start. I know I was talking to Sydney earlier today too. Well, Jonas, when can we all start together? I said, start whenever you want. Start whenever it's conducive to you, especially women. Start right after your cycle. So that way you don't have to sit here and say, oh man, well, I could do it now, but I can't do it in the week when y'all start because I have events. Start whenever your schedule says it's good for you. So from loading phase, go eat. And a lot of y'all loaded this past weekend because I know people are still coming on board. Everybody's signing people up. They're going, hey, you know what? Let's do this together. I'm showing you results. So now our mindset's a little bit different here at Prime My Body. Now we're going.
Jonas, real quick. You say something really interesting and I want you to reiterate on this. There's never going to be a perfect time to start. There's never going to be a 30-day window where there's not stuff going on in your life. So if you're trying to say, I want to be stationary for 30 days and I don't want to go anywhere or do anything, why would you suggest to somebody to go ahead and do it, even if there's going to be some things in their life that are going to be a little more busy?
Again, excuses. Get over it. Your kids are going to have something to do. Your boss is going to have something to say. It's going to storm. It's going to rain. You're going to have events. Friends are going to come over. There's never a time where you can say, hey, everybody, for the next 30 days, time out. I got to do this. Sorry. John, I don't know if all your angels in your household go, Dad, hey, if you need 30 days, don't worry. We won't bother you at all. Right. Yeah, I don't think that really happens in the Taylor household. So it's just start whenever you can. Start when you feel best, but set yourself up for success as well, right? Just like my buddy who goes, well, I'm going on a beach trip. Okay, well, but when I get back, I want beautiful. Hey, you could be done by 4th of July. How about that? So start whenever it's successful for you. So the loading, again, the most fun. Phase 2, the most rewarding. Week 1's hell week. Week 2, the body's understanding what we're doing. Week 3, we start tapping into the hypothalamus. Week 4, shrap week. How do I say that? Shrink wrap week. Wow. I say that 5 times. Shrink wrap.
Need some focus.
I need took too much calm. I'm ready for that. So shrink wrap week, and then we go into maintenance. So Kevin Putnam, you've been successful. You've brought on, 20, 30, 50 people to do this protocol with you. Almost everybody in your team is doing so well that you've coached. Just like Eric said, because you're there, because you've done it yourself. It's really difficult to teach this type of protocol from the sidelines. Like if you've never ridden a bike, I'm sorry, you don't read a book and go, okay, I got this, I'm gonna go ride. And you don't read a book to teach somebody how to ride a bicycle. No, you do it yourself. And Kevin, you did so well doing it yourself. That's why your team has been so successful in losing weight. What did you do to get that confidence? Like you really had several aha moments. You had several detox moments as well, where you threw a lot of stuff away, just like John Taylor just said. You buried a lot of things. What did you do that made you so successful? And then transition that to how you're helping coach people now because of your mindset and just how it is different than when you started in our beta group. Mr. Kevin Putnam.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. It's been an amazing 90 days. I tell you, it seems like a lot longer because I've accomplished so much in that time frame, and this is just the start. This is just the foundation. I just finished up my second round. I'm at 184 pounds. You know, I lost just under 30, 29 in 30 days, about 4% body fat through this last phase. My weight's been just a little bit about, thank you very much. And everybody's already seen this. It's out there.
Big sexy.
It's big. Sexy. That's what I was telling her. I was telling my girl, I was like, I was big boned. And she's like, oh yeah, that's what I call that, big bone. But you know what, honestly, guys, two things I want to say. One, to what you were just talking about, and JT, you just asked Jonas to say, hey, when is the right time? Well, the right time is when you make the decision, because the decision is what elevates you and puts you into motion to actually have that success. So when the decision happens, then base it around your schedule and go. And there is no right time, because you're going to have to do this around your lifestyle. And that's the success that I had with this system. Was so simple. See, being part of the first group in this organization, following you and JT this first round, I didn't have this fancy book. We didn't, I mean, we had one, right? But we didn't, what we really boiled it down to, and what I did was I just followed the directions, and there was 3 pages, what I could eat and when I could eat it. I don't even think I opened the book again after that, because all I did was stick to what I can eat and when I can eat it. And I did that for 30 days, and 30 days flew by. And, you know, it wasn't till the end of that 30 days that I realized what this was all about. And again, people have it through the process. I'm watching it. Some are having emotional release. Some daring through week 1, week 2, some daring loading because it's just all coming out. Mine was at the end, and the bottom dropped out. And I released a lot of things that I had been holding on to. And that's been the most fun part of this. And as JT was talking to it earlier, was that he was saying, hey, you know, you really find out who you are at the core when you get through this. And I think the biggest thing that I tell people and I speak to, and I have 29 now, just another one yet today, 2 more yesterday, 3 more a couple days ago. Every day I'm getting calls from people that are already going through, not even my community connections. Eric's had 3 people. He just finished his protocol. 3 other people that have already bought. His mom starts this week. And, you know, the one thing I tell everybody is, I learned it from listening to you, Jonas, was there's no such thing as perfection. And I tell them that because people ask these questions like, well, what if? And I'm like, no, it's not what if. You decided, plug in, follow the directions. There's no perfection here. We're not trying to be perfect. All we're doing is going through this process. But then I just thought of something as you were speaking was, and you guys were talking about, you know, the system and people's excuses, right? I think what I'm realizing as I watch everybody in this 180 group is, if people really knew what the end of that rainbow is and that pot of gold really was at the 30-day mark, I guarantee you alcohol, caffeine, coffee, carbs, cheese, dairy would not even come across your mind. And that's, I think, our biggest thing that we've got to stress is, as we speak to this is not just your average weight loss program. And everybody wants to compare this, because they haven't gone through it, to what they've tried for the last 10, 20, 30 years. Well, you can't compare. This isn't a comparison product. This is the most incredible protocol you'll ever see, at least as of now, that you're ever going to come across. And it doesn't take much to look at it. Just go to the page, look at people's stories. Look at Katie. I mean, amazing. You got to give yourself credit, because us looking outside, and that's, I'll kind of wrap up on this, outside looking in at you, night and day. Like absolute major differences. Your eyes were on the after were just bright. You could see it if you go back to that picture. Your face was just like glowing. Those eyes were like open and ready to roll and take over life. I didn't see that on myself until I put the before and afters. Exactly. I mean, a whole different ball game there. And I didn't see that in myself until I looked on day 33 and 34 at my before, my second week, third week, and fourth week, and I was like, whoa. And I actually got mad at some of my friends who've been sharing photos of me when I was 260 pounds. And you'll start to see some of those because I'm going to share them. And I said, dude, tell me. Why didn't you tell me? Like that's scary. And so I say that to say this is, y'all, make the decision, plug in, keep it simple, 30 days and it's done. And then from there, that's when the fun becomes. I'm having so much fun right now. People are hitting me left and right, just like, hey, hey, hey. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But again, at the end of the day, I didn't do this. This is just the tool. I just shared the tool. They made the decision. So thanks for having me on. I always love it.
Yeah, Kevin. And so I'm going to hit, I've seen a couple questions, but it's when you have a story like Kevin's, when you have a story like Katie's of just how their life has changed. And we can see it in each other, because Katie might have that statement of going, well, you might not see much. BS. We see a lot, but we try and downplay our own success. And so don't do that. And that's why we have this community around. It's people to lift you up, because so many times we've beat ourselves down. Stop beating yourself down. This is a community that we do what? We empower and we celebrate a global family. Okay, this is how we do. This is our vision statement for what Prime My Body is. But I want to hit on a few things. If you start going through detox symptoms, week 1, apple cider vinegar, probiotics, lemon in your water, help the body flush and detox. Stay very hydrated, as hydrated as you can. If needed, Aleve, ibuprofen will be there. But the Calm is really good to help too, and so is Alene. But just got to get through it. You got to fight through it. Everybody has it differently. Some people are asking, can I go a little bit longer? Of course, you can go up to about 6 weeks is what we're going to recommend here at Prime My Body. Again, we allow up to 8 weeks in my medical clinic, but we're also looking at everything that you have. So I would say stick to 6 weeks. Don't try and overdo it. Just like some of y'all try to do, when we say eat 300 grams of fat, why eat 500 and 600? Just eat 300. Like, you don't have to prove anything to anybody else that I can eat this much fat. If we could just stay in our lane and say, you know what, everything is here. I don't have to try so hard. I don't have to prove anything to anybody, because when we're so focused on, well, did I take my vibe at the right time? Did I take my lean at the right time? When you're that focused on, are you doing it right? You're not allowing your body to calm down. Your cortisol levels are still spiked up. Remember, I said this the other day on the call, and I'll say it again. The first thing we change in this protocol is the soul. So if you're sitting here worried about time and time and time, you're not allowing your body to really flush stuff out. Change your soul. It'll lift your spirits. The body will follow. So you know what? I want to do stuff different. People are asking, can I still do intermittent fasting? Guys, the word intermittent should be done intermittently. Okay, don't always do intermittent fasting. But I really liked intermittent fasting before I did this protocol. Did you like your results of your body? I don't care if you say, well, but I don't like breakfast. Okay, well then eat at 10 a.m. instead of 8 a.m., right? Eat at 11. But when we start getting into your basal metabolic rate, that means that's your metabolism. Your body needs fuel. Don't sit there and deny it. Now, if you want to eat in an 8-hour period, good. Now just eat all your calories, which is pretty tough to do. I guess my stomach's, if I eat a big meal, I'm shot. But if I can eat little meals and, excuse me, and graze, I do great. That's the whole idea of this, is we're still going to stick to our lunch and our dinner and our 2 snacks. Now just add another meal in. If you want 2 lunches or 2 dinners, or you want that breakfast, lunch, and dinner time, make it yours, right? But don't try and eat too late either. So there's just a lot of things that don't try and recreate the wheel. Just breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You got some snacks. We're rocking and rolling. If y'all have any questions, hit it in that Q&A real quick. I mean, we got about, I don't know, five or so minutes left. John Taylor, you want to pass it on to anything else, and we'll kind of wait for some of these questions to come in?
Jonas, the biggest thing you can do is just do it. I mean, seriously, like, start and let the process take place. There's different people that some need a community. There's some people that don't need a community. There's some people that are like, I have people that are just like, I'm down 18 pounds. I haven't talked to them in 2 weeks. So I was like, oh my gosh, what are y'all doing? They're like, dude, we're crushing it. We're doing this. We had a little hangry at the front, but we're doing this. There's some people that need the community because they need a daily check-in. Some people need to be a little bit more codependent. Some people are a little bit more independent. It just depends on your personality, and it depends on what you're ultimately trying to do. Something you haven't done for yourself in a while, maybe it is part of community. I would love for you guys to go in and put your before and afters in the community, because that's phenomenal. Because man, we're getting a chance to market. You're going to be using all the people's stories and the success they had in the Facebook group. So use those to share and show. Sarah Strable, great picture that you put up. Wow. I mean, just seeing that change that's taken place. Lawrence, your before and afters were phenomenal in the Facebook group. Congratulations on that. This is a way for you to showcase. And then going into your back office, guys, when somebody brand new gets started, make sure they do their befores. Make sure they go into their dashboard and go to the 180, and go in and actually fill out all the information and put their before in and then their after. So after 30 days, when you're monetizing the weight loss, you've got your story there, you've got your inches. You can go through and they can read your journal. You can journal. There's going to be some people that want to go through your 30 days and read all about what you did. That's never going to be me. I'm never going to read about your 30 days. I didn't read. My mother's a double master's in English. Trust me, she tried to get me to read everything under the sun. Still to this day, she's upset about To Kill a Mockingbird because I watched the movie instead of reading it. So just want y'all to know that about me. If you do your journal in video form, I may go watch it. Could be a great story. Could be a wonderful Netflix series that I can watch. But your 180 story is about that marketing piece. And let me tell you something. Your marketing side of this is about monetization. It's about making money. Because Katie, you told me, you said 2020 kicked me financially in the butt. When everything shut down, when they shut down, you getting a chance to walk into a beauty salon and get your hair done, when that was taken away, your income stopped completely. Ladies and gentlemen, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what's next? What is the world going to bring us next? And are you prepared? You're getting your health on point. That is awesome. It took me 4 years to do that. So we're here. There's a chin. There's a jawline here, Jonas. You can see it now. Financially, the last 4 years was about putting that financial piece in place. And now it's about teaching people to do the exact two things: make money and lose weight. We want your waistline to be smaller and your wallet to be fatter. That's what we want to do in Prime My Body, and we want to serve people. So I know we got some questions in there, so go ahead, Jonas.
Okay. Can we take antidepressant prescriptions? Y'all, we're not doctors. We can't tell you to keep taking. If it's a medication, that's between you and your doctor. Here's what I kind of tell my patients. At the end of the day, you can put whatever you want in your body. You be the judge. I can tell you right now, like, I know antibiotics, if you need antibiotics, but it's going to slow it down. Steroid shots, if you need, it'll slow it down. So some things can slow it down. But if you are taking a prescription and you are supposed to take that, that is between you and your doctor. We are not allowed to tell you to take or get off of anything. So that won't come from us. You can talk with your doctor. You can talk with your family, what you want to do on that, but we can't give any advice on that. What do you do if you can't stay in the 2-pound window on maintenance? That's your steak and apple day. I hope you're not dropping too low. If you're dropping too low, that means you got to eat more. But if you go over, that's when we hit the steak and apple day. So that way you have no food all day. You can have as much water as you want, but no food all day. Try and have your steak and apple sometime around dinner, anytime between 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock is usually a good time to have it. Someone's getting real lightheaded, a tall person. Yes, they can add more protein. 4 ounces is kind of the minimum. I don't want you to go below 4 ounces. You can have 6 ounces. Don't go necessarily more than 8. If needed, another fruit. Some people have really intense jobs. Some nurses that are on the floor 12 hours a day. Some guys that are out doing construction. Hey, you're gonna sweat a little bit more. So let's move our calories according to the job description that you have and really the intensity of that job as well. Explain the steak and apple protocol. I believe I just did. No food all day. You do your steak and apple, any kind of steak, any size steak, and any size apple. Try and eat those within about an hour. You should lose typically about 2 to 4 pounds the next day when you get on, and then start back on your maintenance phase again. Vegetarian options. We looked at this. I don't know. I would say pick one of the proteins on there that you can, because this is very. This is something new for vegetarians and vegans, so we don't really know what that steak and apple day looks like for them. So all this right now is a lot of trial and error. We try to make this, and there's a lot of vegetarians, a lot of vegans that lost weight on this, which is beautiful. To find that steak and apple day, we're still searching. So if you find something, if you're Karen and Wendy, I know y'all put that question out there, but if y'all find something, if somebody needs to, you say, hey, you know what, maybe let's do an egg day and an apple, or let's do just a protein shake and an apple, or cottage cheese in it. I don't know what that is, but I think that's something we can play with. But if you find something that works, hit us in the Facebook chat. You know, I know I got another one from Susie Q about this. Well, Jonas, you know, what can we do? I don't know. I know this will take time. I know this protocol took about 20 years to set up. And so if we can find it for the vegans and vegetarians, I'm all on board. You know, we are a plant-based company. And so I'd love to figure out what it is that y'all find out. So it's going to be some trial and error. So don't think that you have to figure it out. And we'll kind of see what we can do there. You did 6 apples and lost 2 pounds in maintenance. Maybe it's just an all apple day again. You know, it could be something as simple as that. I would still say maybe add a little bit of protein. What's that, JT?
Just say eat apples, eat 6 apples. Many people have done that. Kevin Putnam did, lost 2 pounds.
Yeah, I plan to go phase 2 extra week, got leg cramps, lethargic. So I started phase 3. I'm doing another round. There you go. Yeah, listen to your body. This is one of the best things that we can do. So Katie, I'm so proud of you for everything that you've accomplished in this short period of time, all the lives that you've changed. And so for everybody on here, like John Taylor said, how do you monetize it? Y'all, there's a huge supply and demand issue. People are demanding to lose weight. They're demanding better health. They just don't know. And they go to their doctor and their doctor says, hey, yeah, we can get you on a program for like $2,000 for the month. And they go, I don't have $2,000 that I really can afford to spend right now. My business was shut down in 2020. Can I do something that's a little bit better? And for y'all, for $11, $12 a day, welcome to Prime My Body. You know, when I look at what we've eaten, I know Kevin Putnam asked this question, Jonas, do we know how much people are saving? I can tell y'all right now, if I go out, I have fun. I know if John Taylor goes out, he has fun. Let's order for everybody. We're going to take care of you. We come from that Southern hospitality type of mindset to where, hey, you know, eat up. No, we got this. Hey, yes, bring extra bread, more chips and salsa, whatever that might be. And so when we get the bill at the end of the day, I can tell you right now, I save a tremendous amount of money. I think my bill going to the, you know, HEB, our local grocery store here, maybe is around 60 to 90 bucks a week. And there's no going out to eat. There's no alcoholic drinks, which really makes your bill even more expensive. But there's no appetizers. I'm an appetizer entree guy. You know, I don't just go in there and go, oh, can I just get the appetizer or the entree? Sorry, I like several different things, and that's why when I can just do a steak and not a steak and apple, a steak and asparagus, or chicken and cabbage day, it just makes it easier. You will save a lot of money doing this protocol. If you just spend that $11, $12 a day, and then from there, you look at it and you go, okay, maybe it's another $10 a day of food. You can afford that. It's really difficult to afford going out to eat because it's also difficult to afford the doctor bills. And how John Taylor says it, you can either pay the farmer or you can pay the doctor. Which one? Which one do you want to pay? So y'all, I know our time's running out. We have a leadership call here in 12 minutes. JT, you want to pass it to everybody? Maybe land the plane in 30 seconds? 60 seconds.
Katie, give everybody one thing, one tip, go.
Oh, one tip. Just stop with the excuses and do it.
Wow.
That's, I mean, just like Jonas said, I mean, there's no excuses. You just have to do it.
Kevin.
Trust the process. Just follow literally follow the directions. That's it.
Mine is, it's time for you to start living your best life. I used to think that statement was such a vomit statement, like, oh, be the best version of yourself. Well, you know, it's because I didn't want to be the best version of myself. I hated it because it triggered the ever-living sugar honey iced tea out of me. You know what? Go live the best version of your life, because if you put in the work and you figure out how to do it, you deserve it. But it's not just going to jump in your lap. So you got to go do the work. Do the work and be the best version of yourself. Jonas, thanks, buddy.
Bam. Thank y'all so much. 180, we'll see y'all again Thursday. Again, in 10 minutes, we have our leadership call. So if you're saying, hey, you know what? I did pretty good at this. Hey, you know what? I think I want to make some dollars doing this. I think I can monetize this. We'll see y'all here in 10 minutes on the leadership call. Get with the person that got you on this call. Check your emails. We'll be on there. Kevin, Katie, thank y'all so much for being on. Congratulations on both of y'all's body transformations. And I know we're going to bless so many more lives. So thank you so much. Y'all have a great Monday night. Bye-bye.